Okay, hello everyone. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director for 10 Minute Trades. Let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me, and we'll get started. See me, hear me. Tommy, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me and see me, and then I will get started. So, I want to welcome everybody to the webinar. Thanks for coming. Give me a heads up, please, that you can hear my mic. Yes and yes. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's get started. Like I said, I'm Lee Goldstein, the trading director. We're going to talk about mastering appointment-based trading. We use the NinjaTrader platform. We trade futures, and we have our own special software for trading appointment-based trading. So what is appointment-based trading? We're going to get into that. And then I'm going to wrap up the past week because it's been a very, very nice trading week, and I just want to show you what it's like to spend a pretty normal week with 10-minute trades. So let's get started. As I said, that's me. I'm Lee Goldstein. I'm also a songwriter, and I'm a trader. I'm a father, a grandfather, a regular person. The key is that everything that I do, you can do. And that's the most important thing to realize. Years ago, I got involved in trading because I started taking care of my family's stock trading portfolio. I didn't know anything about trading. I didn't know anything about stocks, but I taught myself and I learned all about trading, and I got attracted to trading the news because of very special reasons that I'll get into now. And the point is, I'm just a regular person, just like everybody else out there. You don't need incredible special skills to be able to trade the way that we trade. It's something that anybody could learn, and I want to teach you how to do it. Please remember, it's possible to lose money trading futures. Don't trade money you can't afford to lose. Everything we discuss is for educational purposes. So once again, we trade a specific style, and it's called appointment-based trading. We trade futures, and we trade all sorts of different ways. And I'm going to get into that. We have breakout trades. We have trap trades, which is a specialized reversal trade. We have earning trades. We're in the middle of the best part of earnings season, and I'm going to show you some earnings trades because we've had some great ones already. It's one of my favorite times of the year. We devised a way to trade big, important earnings trades using futures, not the stocks, using futures. It's unique and it's a great way to trade earnings. We have a system, and we really believe we have a system that works. It's made up of our software and special elements that make up our software. That's me and my daughter because she is important, because she helped me come up with family money trades. And I'm going to talk about that also. Our system is made up of five important elements: the weekly market movers, which is our weekly schedule; the daily market mover, which is our daily trade report. Many of our events, not all of them, but many of them, have a trade report that we send to our members the day before the event, and it has very specific ways that we're going to trade that event. Other events that we trade in the trade room are what we call trade room events. And you learn how to trade them by coming into the trade room, and we go over the setups in the room. And that's why one of our other elements is trade room access. It's very important that if you are a member of 10-minute trades, we're going to include trade room access in the subscription because it's something that's needed to help you to learn. Then we have our JOBB version 11 software. We just released a whole bunch of updates for our software. We have our new magnet trade. Every day, literally every day, we're finding new ways to trade using magnets. I'm going to explain what magnets are. We had a winning natural gas magnet trade this morning. Magnets are a fantastic way to trade, especially if not everybody likes to trade at the exact second that a news event is released. Well, with the magnet trade, you could trade before the news, after the news, and if you do like trading the breakout style trades, you can also use the magnets right as the news is being released. Very, very interesting new way that we have designed to trade the events that we look at. So what's the WMM? The WMM, we call it the weekly market mover. Basically, it's our weekly schedule. And the information that it has on it is the time of the event that we're trading. On the left, it has the time that our trade room opens. If we have a trade room for that event, the time will show up in this column. The trigger, which is the name of the event, the instrument that we're going to trade, which future are we going to trade, what's the possible risk of the trade, and then the third column, whether or not we have a DMM for that event. Like I said, not every event has a DMM. Some events are trade room trades. That doesn't make them worse or better. They're just different. Everything we do makes sense and has a purpose, and it's all explained very carefully in our trade room. We do have members that just subscribe to the Daily Market Mover. The Daily Market Mover, many of our events, probably about 75 to 80%, have a Daily Market Mover report, and those reports help to explain how to trade the event. So, for instance, this was a report called the WASDE report, World Agricultural Supply and Demand Estimates, WASDE. And we have information about the way the trade has behaved over time. Then this yellow line is actually the way that we're going to trade it. Below the yellow line, we have a journal, a mini journal, and it might have 5 months of how the trade has performed. 6 months. If it's a weekly report, then it might have up to 6 weeks of the way the report has been behaving over the past 6 weeks. And if we have extra setups, then there will be extra setups on the report. That's called the Daily Market Mover, and that's a separate product also, but it is included in our core elements. So when we go back, let's go back and look at the elements, the weekly schedule, the daily trade reports, trade room access, our software, all of those elements, the Magnet Trade software, all of those elements make up our system. And our system is a methodology to trade news events, earnings, jobs reports. So people always ask, first of all, where do you find those events? How do you find those events? But let me touch on our software. JOBB software version 11. We call it our equalizer because it makes it so that you are equal with all the people that are trying to take your money in the market. You know, and we all know that there are traders always trying to take your money. You want to be equal with them. And our software helps you to trade. It gives us an advantage because it helps us to set our trades up. Some of our entries are automatic. If you don't want automatic trades, you can use discretionary setups. Discretionary means that you choose when to enter a trade. Our software has quite a few different setups that we teach. It's a custom strategy add-on to the NinjaTrader platform. It automates your trade entries, targets, and stops sometimes. Sometimes it's semi-automated. It's also what we call an ATM. An ATM is when you're using a platform like NinjaTrader or TradeStation or TradingView. Many of those platforms have a language built in that you have to learn, and you program that language to manage your trade. It'll maybe trail your stop, move your target, put your stop on the chart. Well, our software is a super ATM. It does all of that. You don't have to learn a language. to use our software. It's just a product that lets you type numbers into the software, and those numbers get converted into trade management. It's very easy to use our software to control your trades. This year, over the past 2 months, we've had at least two software updates for JOB version 11, and we've invented and devised our new magnet trade. The magnet trade has had multiple updates, and it's really got a great version of the software out now. That's brand new over the past few months, a whole new way to trade, and it's all based around appointment-based trading. It's a simple, time-based approach to the market. So let me explain what I mean by that. What is that? What do we mean by a time-based trade? You can schedule your trades on specific days at specific times up to a month in advance. Also, appointment-based trading is not any riskier than any other type of trading that you'd find in the markets. All trading has risk. All right. All trading can be risky depending on the volatility of the market, what the news specifically, the type of news that's being released, how much the market might move from that news. These are things that you can be taught to understand and to control and to be aware of. So you cannot trade the worst of the worst events, but the idea is to trade the best of the best events. So why do I like this style of trading? Why appointment-based trading? I I love trading, but I hate being in the market. I don't want to be in the market all day. We know that over the years, the less you trade, the less time you spend in the market, the more money you make. Also, trading can be very boring if you're sitting around waiting for hours and hours for setups to show up, good setups. You blink at the wrong time or you have to leave the room. You can miss the trade. Well, we don't do that with appointment-based trades. Everything is very subjective. You've got Elliott waves and candlestick patterns and Fibonacci's and Ichimoku clouds. Appointment-based trading is easy compared to all that. Trigger events happen on a regular, predictable schedule, and the markets react good, bad, and sometimes both. Once you know how to handle that type of move and you have the right software to compensate for and to reduce the human error, it's much simpler than waiting for complex setups that might not even occur that day. Appointment-based trades are quick. They often only take 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes less, and regular predictable schedules of events. You can literally schedule all your trading and be done in an hour a week. Now, also, don't forget you're going to put aside some time to come into the trade room in the beginning, especially, and learn. So I'm not saying you're only going to spend an hour ever. In the beginning, you're going to spend time learning, but you're not going to spend hours in the market worrying about trades. Most of your trades are going to take place in a few seconds or a few minutes, and you're going to wait for the right time and the right moment to take those trades. It reduces risk, it reduces fear, and it makes trading better and safer to take part in. So, what actually triggers an appointment based trade? And how are we going to find them? So, the first category we have high impact economic reports. Any kind of economic report. It could be a Fed report, it could be a jobs report, it could be at number two, big company earnings reports, or it could be markets opening, markets closing. It could be previous levels that are being hit. There's all sorts of categories, but the big ones are economic events, company earnings, and opens and closes. Those are very important times when markets are volatile and ready to be traded. In those categories, there are literally hundreds of triggers within those categories. And what we do is we look for the best of the best triggers and we study them and learn how to trade them, and we teach that to you. So let me show you what I mean. In the market today, there are calendars, okay? We've got these calendars that are free, they're available to all of us, and we use them to find our events. Let me show you a couple of the very popular ones. One of our favorites is Financial Juice Pro, okay? Financial Juice Pro is even more than a calendar. It's also a squawk box. Now, Financial Juice Pro is the one calendar that's not free, but it's also not very expensive for what you get. You get a talking person in your headset telling you what the news is the moment it's being released. That's a very valuable feature because we can trade and not look at the charts and listen to the news results. They also have programmable news feeds so you can choose the type of news that you want to see. So Financial Juice is one of our favorite calendars. Another calendar that we love, investing.com, a very good calendar also. So remember, we find our events to trade on these calendars. Investing.com, totally free. You click on economic calendar. I click on this week, and then I can scroll down and all the events for the week that they think are important are listed on their calendar. And there are way more events than any one person could ever trade. We pick the best of these events. They use a star code to tell you if an event has impact. 1 star, 2 star, 3 stars. 3 stars are the most impactful. We go through these events, we study them, and we find the best ones to trade. So investing.com, another great calendar to use for finding these types of events. The third one that I'm going to tell you about today, forexfactory.com. Click on calendar. It's free also. They use a color coding methodology. So if you notice, they have a red file folder. Usually they're right. Most often the red file folders are the most impactful events. And we traded already this week quite a few of these red events. And I will say that most of our trades this week were profitable. Okay. And I'm going to go over almost all of our trades from this week. So calendars, very important. These are the ones that we like. forexfactory.com, investing.com, financialjuice.com. There's others, FX Street, Econoday, there's quite a few. Pick the one you like the best or pick two. I say pick 2 or 3. Get comfortable reading them. Some of them use color coding to show you what are the most impactful trades. Other ones use stars, but it doesn't matter. You just learn to see which are the best trades. And then when you work with us, we confirm and teach. So calendars are the first step. And then there are features in the NinjaTrader platform where you can back test. You can go back in time with NinjaTrader and you can trade the market as if you were trading back on another date. And that's called playback or replay, for instance. In other words, if I want to practice my trading, NinjaTrader is a very good platform. It has this fantastic feature called playback, and that playback feature lets us test trades. I can put the date in and I can go back and I can test the event and come up with ways to trade it. So that's one of the main reasons why NinjaTrader is critical to what we do. It's one of the few platforms that offer this playback feature. And that's how we come up with our setups. So why do these types of reports work? Let's talk about today's natural gas report, okay? I know that on this slide, we're talking about the quarterly grain report. But let's put it into this week's, modern trading reality. So our members, they got our schedule this week. And many of them know that they're going to trade the natural gas storage report because we know it moves the markets. Okay. So today is Thursday. We came into our trade room and we were ready for the 10:30 natural gas storage report. All right. This is our weekly schedule. We told our members, get ready for this report. We think that when the news comes out, this report is going to move the market. And that's what happens. What happens is the news comes out. There's an expectation on the calendar. So, in other words, the calendar has a value, it has a number called the news. We call that number the news offset or the expected result. Okay. You have the expected result. When I go to the calendar and I click on this week and I go to natural gas, okay, go down to Thursday, and I look at natural gas, you'll see that as we get there, on natural gas, let me just get a little bit further, right here, it says they're expecting 78 billion cubic feet. Sorry, they are expecting 79 cubic feet. What happened was 78 is what the news was. That caused the market to have this move. Watch what happened in the market. I'll show you our actual natural gas trade. So give me a second to find my video. When you go into our trade room, first, we record almost all our trade rooms. I show my charts in the trade room. These are my actual charts. And our members are looking at my charts in the trade room. And I'm teaching them about the natural gas report. I'm teaching them how to put their information into our software. And then right at 10:30, they get their DMM. Remember, we talked about the Daily Market Mover report. Well, they get to study the Daily Market Mover report in the trade room. It shows us how to trade the report. We put the numbers into our software. And now watch what's going to happen here. Right here, we're waiting for the trade. We have our little trading clock here that everybody in our trade room gets for free. The trading clock is free. Now the news is going to come out. We're trading natural gas. When the news comes out, the price, you can see it bursts up. It hits my first target, puts me in a profit, hits my second target, takes a few seconds, bingo. Both of our targets were hit. That was a $300 natural gas trade. Now, I was actually trading one of our magnet trades on the other chart that's in the trade room over here on the right. And I made money on my magnet trade. That's a different type of setup. I'll talk about that in a second. But our breakout natural gas trade, if you noticed what we did, one of our most popular type trades is a breakout. We bracket the market with orders right before the news is released. We have a bracket above the price. We have a bracket below the price. A bracket is just an order above and below. The news comes out. The bracket gets pierced. We get pulled into the market one way or the other. And that's how a trade works. A really great trade moves in one direction, hits your targets, and gives you a nice profit. That's exactly what happened. In real life, one of our members sent me his natural gas profit screen. Ravi from Switzerland, trading in his Apex prop account, made $300 in about 5 seconds trading that natural gas setup. We taught Ravi how to trade natural gas, and he trades it in our trade room almost every week. Now, that's a breakout trade. Many of our trades are breakouts. And like I said, we are going to teach you how to trade breakouts. But we also have this other unique method of trading. And that's what I was talking about, the magnets. What's a magnet? If you don't know, I'm going to tell you that in the markets today, I'm going to move my recording and I'm going to turn off my slides for a second. Let me see if I can't get rid of them. I'm going to turn them off for a second. I'm going to show you the charts from today. All charts every day have magnets. Magnets are areas on the chart that pull price to them. The VWAP, a very popular magnet. Pivots, S1, S2, S3, low of day. That red line, the low of day. Well, those magnets pull price. We created a trading system to trade magnets. You could take an hour or two, your favorite time to trade before and after news is really good. When the market's open, really good. And you could hunt for magnets. They're always showing up on the charts throughout the day. Instead of trading the natural gas breakout this morning, I wanted to teach our members how to trade the magnet because it's a great alternative to the breakout. It's less risk. It's not as scary if you don't like trading breakouts, and it's very manageable. So let me explain what I did. So we got into the natural gas room, and around before 10:30, I noticed that the VWAP right up here would make a great magnet trade. What I thought would happen is that the natural gas news would come out and the magnet, the VWAP, would pull the price into it. So I set up a trade. It filled roughly 10 ticks before it got to the VWAP. And then I waited for the news and exactly what we expected. We got pulled into the VWAP because the VWAP is a magnet. All day long, the VWAP is getting tested on all different charts. Whatever chart you like trading the most, I can promise you the magnet trades are going to work many times during the day. We got filled, price comes, I pulled my order in just a little bit to put it right by the VWAP. Bingo, filled, profitable live trade in our profit count. First magnet of the day was a profitable trade. Great way to trade markets. Great way. So that's something we're now teaching all the time in our trade room, how to trade the magnets. Let me go back to my slides, if you don't mind. So we talked about why the triggers work, okay? The triggers work, an event happens, news or earnings get released, the market moves because the results of the news are not exactly what's expected. This difference in what's expected that we call the offset causes the market to move. Those moves we use to get pulled into the market. Boom, it hits your target. Boom, you're out of the trade. That's the concept that we use. These trade triggers that we recommend to people, to our members, are the highest probability, best moving reports because that's what gives you the best opportunity to have a successful trade. Called trade the best of the best. The absolute best of the best trades are the family money trades. These are trades that my daughter and I used to make a joke. I used to call her up after a trade and I said, hey, I should have traded your money on that Apple earnings trade. It was fantastic. It made a lot of money. Or, hey, Ray, I should have traded your money on that jobs report. So I realized, oh man, I'm going to design something called family money trades. Trades that we recommend everybody trade because these are the best of the best. And if I was trading my own family's money, these are the events I would trade their money on. So yesterday, we had an earnings trade that I thought was a family money trade. And I thought it was a family money trade because it's been making money quarter after quarter after quarter. So our members came to the trade room. We got ready to trade Microsoft and Meta. Meta is my family money trade. Now, earnings were a little bit tricky yesterday because Microsoft and Meta were trading very close to each other. Similar, not exact same times, but similar times. And that sometimes can make it challenging to trade because what if the earnings are both released at exactly the same time? We have to be prepared to deal with that. Well, I can't tell you how many hours of research I've done on these earnings trades. I spend hours and hours, even on the ones that I've already done the research on. I make sure before the trades that my research is still valid. Well, I was expecting Meta to release their earnings at a very specific time. After Microsoft released their earnings, Microsoft, I'll show you their earnings because it's fun to watch. My orders were on the chart. I was expecting Microsoft's earnings in about 10 seconds from here. It was about 30 seconds after 4 p.m. yesterday, after the close. Microsoft releases their earnings. Here they are. The price is going to pop up. I get one target. It changes direction. Small winner. And now, honestly, folks, I'm getting ready for Meta now because I knew that Microsoft wasn't my main trade. My main trade was Meta. I showed our members how to trade it by entering the numbers into the software. I had a very specific time that I felt these earnings would be released, which meant I was putting my orders on the chart about 15 seconds before the earnings were released. Watch. My orders are getting ready to go on the chart. Those are my orders. I'm waiting. In about 10 seconds, the earnings are going to do exactly what I thought. They come out. That trade made me $680 in 1 second because I studied Meta's earnings. They made me money last quarter. We made money the quarter before. It's a family money trade. It makes money 3 times out of 4, at least 3 times out of 4. It's a family money trade. And it's not a $100 trade normally. That was a $680 trade in a couple of seconds. Many members in our trade room made money on that trade. It's a great way to trade earnings. This is unique. I don't know any other company that trades earnings the way that we do using futures. We're not using the stocks. We're using futures and our software to manage these earnings. Well, we're in the dead middle of earnings season. It's the busiest time. We traded Caterpillar yesterday morning. We got up early and many members came into our trade room for an early morning trade. Hang on 1 second. I will answer every question before we leave. So please don't think I'm ignoring your questions. I promise I will answer them. So yesterday morning, we studied Caterpillar. We've been trading Caterpillar for about a year. It's not one of the longest trades that we've had in terms of knowing Caterpillar, but it's a reasonably new trade and it's been pretty darn effective. Well, it's been a good week for Robbie because he sent me his Caterpillar profit. He made $200 trading Caterpillar yesterday morning, also in one of his prop accounts. So let me show you that Caterpillar trade because it was nowhere near as scary or as fast as that MetaTrade. Caterpillar was a bit milder, and we have a different kind of setup. Another member trading in Anguilla made $225 trading on Caterpillar. Here's his trade, over $200 trading Caterpillar. That's what most people made trading Caterpillar with two little YM contracts. We traded the YM. I studied Caterpillar's earnings, understanding that the YM is the correct instrument to trade for their earnings. That's what moves. I also studied what time Caterpillar releases their earnings. 6:30 in the morning. You could see my clock there. We have a special setup we call a range trade. When the range gets broken, we get pulled into the market. Caterpillar released their earnings very much exactly when we expected. I'm going to get pulled into the market. There it is. The price is going to continue going in my direction, and it's going to hit my second target. I expanded my second target, made it bigger than it originally was, and then trailed my stop down. Okay. And when it was over, I had a very, very nice profitable trade in Caterpillar, also over $200. That's what we teach you how to do. Okay. We want to teach you how to trade the way that we trade. Every daily market mover report that we release, and Caterpillar did have a daily market mover report. It shows you what trigger to trade. It shows you what the setup is. It usually has how the report's been behaving. So it's a good way that we help our members trade the daily market movers. Okay. And I've showed you many different versions of those daily reports. Our Caterpillar report had a nice little daily market mover also. All right. I'm going to go through some of the slides. We want you to be able to master trading stock earnings reports with us. It's a really great way to trade. We traded not Humana last week, United Health we made money on last week, one of our favorite reports. We got Home Depot coming up next week. We have Apple coming up this afternoon. Amazon is this afternoon. It's like I said, it's in the heat of earnings season. But I wanted to show you a couple of other things. And I also want to remind you, you can do everything that we do in a prop account. Okay. Seeing is believing. I've already showed you member trades, member screenshots. Tomorrow we have the jobs report coming up. Again, Ravi's had some great reports recently. Tomorrow's job report, he's made $1,720 on that report in the past. We made $2,250 two jobs reports ago. $2,250 on the jobs report. I think we only made about $1,100 on it last month. Okay. It's a family money trade. 6 out of the last 7 have been winners with gold. Tomorrow we have our jobs report. But let me show you something about this week. I'd really like to show you something about this week. So this was our schedule from this week. And I just want to briefly go over how some of the trades did, just to give you an idea of what our schedule was like this week. Okay. So McDonald's, all transparency. We got stopped out on McDonald's. I made a mistake on McDonald's. I knew it should have been a short trade only, which is not the usual way we would do earnings, but I knew it should have been a short and we didn't do it that way and we lost a little bit of money on McDonald's. CB Consumer Confidence. We did not have a trade. We just had no trade on it. Google, we made over $450 on Google. AMD, over $180. API, over $170. Did not trade Australia's CPI. API report, 180 profit. Meta earnings, 680. Are you getting the picture? This week was a great week. Now, every week doesn't have winner after winner after winner after winner, but most weeks have quite a few winners. Don't forget, natural gas was a winner today also. And I just want to show you one more trade from this week. I'm not making it up. These are the real trades that we took this week. Let's see what we had. The AMD trade. So first we set up and we were looking to trade Google. So Google has not traded by themselves in years. Usually they trade with other companies like Microsoft or Intel, sometimes Amazon, sometimes Apple. So we didn't know for sure what the perfect setup for Google might be. But the one thing you can usually count on is there's going to be a big move like that on Google, and that made me $450. I had a setup that I knew it had a high probability of being safe, and it was safe, and we made $450 trading Google. These are this week's trades, all right? Wouldn't you like to join us for all of our upcoming news, earnings, and magnet workshops? Use our JOBB software. Use the daily market movers. Be a pro trade room member. Use our reversal trade, the trap trade. You know what? I wasn't going to show you the trap trade. We had another trade just this morning. We traded Chicago PMI, another news event that we've been trading for years. We have not liked the way it's been trading as a breakout. We have another way to trade. If we think a report is going to reverse, we can trade a trap trade. If the market goes up, we sell. If the market goes down, we buy. This morning, the market went up. I sold the market. After about 15 seconds, the market started changing started changing directions. I moved my stop to safety short. I started trailing and I made over $150 in about a minute on Chicago PMI, a trade that hasn't been performing well. We have a new setup for it, and we're very excited that it's going to work more and more going forward. The trap trade, we call that. When the market goes up, we go short. When the market goes down, we go long. It's an opposite direction trade. Don't you want to learn how to do this? It's easy. It's not hard. Trade in a prop account. Our 10-minute pro membership for 30 days. 30 days, you saw every single trade that I traded, except maybe one made at least $97. On one trade, you could easily trade for a month of our whole service, $97 for a month. All the all the features of our subscription plan are included. No extra charges for you. All you need is to have NinjaTrader. Everything else is included. www.gotrade2024.com. This deal expires Sunday at midnight, $97 for 30 days. www.gotrade2024.com. I didn't show you bogus made up trades, folks. I showed you what happened this week, today, what's going on in the markets right now. And I'm excited and happy to be able to get you to come into our trade room and let me teach you how to do this. GoTrade2024.com, put www in front of it. All the things that you'll get, all of our earning trades classes, our family money trades, our breakouts, our magnet trades, the range trade, earning trades, oil reports, jobs reports. I will teach you how to do this step by step in our trade rooms. You get our software. It easily is a 297 value each month. The magnet strategy, easily 197 value each month. The trap trade is easily valued $197. The daily market movers we sell for $197. The trade room access, earnings rooms, The value is priceless, folks. I'm not going to add those numbers up and come up with a fake number and say this is what everything's worth. That's not what it's worth. It's worth what you can imagine. What you could learn to make is what it's worth. What you can learn. It's a skill you're going to have for the rest of your life, knowing how to trade events. Three amazing bonuses will include a video earnings workshop, a software training class, and the magnet strategy is going to be included. No extra charge. www.gotrade2024.com. Our members love us. Recent earnings trades, $825 profit from a member who sent us a screen chart. Our member testimonials, they're always sending us commentary. Sandra, one of our favorite members, happens to be in this webinar. Thank you, Sandra, for sending me this nice testimonial. I'm going to just tell you what he said shortly. He had a couple of bad trades, maybe a bad week where things weren't going well. And then we had some great days. Sandra stuck with it, kept trading, and he had some great days, $644 in one day. And he said, thanks for sticking with it. I know you'd want to know how well I've been doing. And Sander is still a member. He's been a member for a couple of years, and I believe he's doing well and loves trading with us. You need the Magnet Trade, the live newsroom, the JOBB software, a teacher who cares about you. All of these things will help you to succeed. I don't think it's ridiculous that we only charge $97 for a whole month. So you can join with us. You could start tomorrow. www.gotrade2024.com. It's such a good deal, folks. I've shown you a dozen reasons why we think this is a fabulous, fabulous offer. All right, all of the things you get, I've said it 5 times. www.gotrade2024.com. Let me answer any questions that I see in the chat. So now, Lou is saying that he can't get Ninja in his country. Um, So, Lou, the question is, what country are you in? Let me make sure that it's not available. Is prop trading available in your country? Because sometimes you can get NinjaTrader through a prop account. But our software currently only works on NinjaTrader. But you could still set up brackets on other software. It is possible to set up bracket trading on other software, especially the magnet trade. You could execute magnet trades in any platform. And if all you did was the magnet software, it still would be a fantastic deal because there's many magnets all throughout the day. Okay. Dan is asking with the Meta trade, was the trade done with one contract? What's the mechanism of the trade, and can we trade with 2 to 3 contracts? Okay, so Dan, I traded that with 2 contracts. You could trade that with any number of contracts that you want. Our software supports up to 3 positions. So, okay, I had 2 positions. Let me show you the trade, and I'll explain to you exactly what I did so you can see it, because that's what explains things the best. Our software very easily set up the trade. Here's our software. First, we had the Microsoft setup, and then I set up the Meta setup. Okay. After Microsoft released, we activate our orders on the chart at 4 minutes and 57 seconds after the market closed. That's our proprietary gift to you. If you want to trade Meta, that's the time to put your orders on the chart. We had a bracket of 65 ticks, and I had 2 orders. My first profit was 30 ticks. My second profit was 100 ticks. Our software has the capability to move my stop automatically to break even if I hit my first target. What happened in this trade is basically the news came out, the market burst up, and it hit both my targets instantly and took me out of the trade with a very fast, beautiful profit. That's what happened. But I was trading 2 positions, and I could have traded three with three contracts. I could have traded 10 contracts. I could trade whatever I'm allowed to trade by how much money I have in my account, and or I can trade that in a prop account. Okay. So the answer is it's flexible to trade the way that you want to. So everybody, thank you very much for coming to my webinar. I showed you many of our successful members trades. So go pro, join us in the trade room tomorrow. $97 is a ridiculously fair price to pay to learn all about this method. www.gotrade2024.com expires Sunday at midnight, and I'll see you all in the trade room. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care, everyone.